Hello everyone, Chuck Northside Guy. After an absence due to a family vacation, I am here to share with you recent vintage pickups, including some great stuff I got at the National. I was only able to attend the National for one day this year, Thursday, and it is, as everyone else has noted, just an amazing experience. The best part was Thursday evening meeting some of you, not as many as I would have hoped, at the YouTube gathering at the Embassy Suites. Fortunately, I was able to spend quite a bit of time with Don from Don's Field of Dreams during the day. We met rather serendipitously at the front door, and took it from there. Had dinner, and just a great guy. And as I continue to meet others, each of whom for the first time, as others have noted, I just think the people in this community, in our YouTube card collecting community, are just a wonderful bunch of folks. And I really wish I would have had more time on Thursday evening to meet more of you, and also to spend a few more days at the National to further explore. But family duty called, and I went on family vacation. I did go to the National with specific items in mind. I think the results were mixed for me. Much of what I was looking for I did not find, whether it was because it was the wrong grade or the wrong holder, or the price just was ridiculously high, or I just didn't find what I was looking for. This is my second National, and I made sure that I had a big chunk of my budget available for on-the-spot purchases that you just don't find every day. And I'm going to share some of that material with you in a little bit. Before you see a beautiful example of a 1961 Mickey Mantle, obviously not his regular card, but I just had to get this one. It's just so beautifully centered. Corners and edges are just crisp. The registration is just sharp. And I spoke with a number of people on the show, and the question I was asking is whether Mantle cards will continue to have their special kind of demigod status as the older generation who grew up watching him play, or were boys when Mantle was playing, as those folks begin selling off their Mantle collection. Is he still going to carry the same reverence for those of us in the next generation? When the baton or the cards are passed to us, I think they are, and the value of these cards continue to be very steady, very strongly priced. On the strength of this purchase, I am inspired to go ahead and start collecting more Mantle cards. So that's going to be a new collecting goal for me, is some Mantle cards, and I've spent actually quite a bit of time over my family vacation pricing out and studying which cards I want, and hopefully in the months and years ahead I'll be able to share these versions as I collect them. Before I get going with the rest of my pickups, I do have two questions to ask and would love your response. One, what is everyone's feedback about the accuracy and updated nature of material or data, on VCP? I really am trying to study pricing. I don't think eBay is the best tool. I just wonder if there's something more comprehensive. And again, I'm looking to pick up vintage and want to know, is VCP the best available, best way for me to track things like T206, 33 Gaudi, Mantle cards, etc. So if you'd let me know, I'd be much obliged. Second question, as it relates to Mantle, is one of the cards I want is his 1959. Now, I have not purchased a 1959 Topps. I'm not a student or expert on the set. At a glance, I can tell that centering, there's an additional level of centering that needs to be considered, and that's the circle picture and how it connects with the edges. Is it even on each side? It looks like in some cases a card could get a good grade, but the centering from the standpoint of the left and right of the circular image, it just doesn't match up. So I'm curious if anyone can provide me counsel on that, or if I've already figured out what I need to look for. All right, so let's look at a few of the pickups that I got. First up, couldn't resist. I actually stopped by the Heritage booth and was saddened to learn that the David Hall collection and the 7 auctions have now fully disposed of that famous collection, and there will be no more David Hall auctions. I picked up 36 cards from those various auctions. It was just a one-of-a-kind collection. Every one I got from there was the cards were the single highest graded example or one of a few, and none graded higher. So I really got spoiled. In front of you have 3 pickups that I liked from a centering standpoint. I didn't see anything in a PSA 6 at the show, or I didn't see it at a price or centering that I liked, but these these 3 examples are very well centered. The Tommy Leach is the single highest grade, none graded higher. I like the Fred Snodgrass, a little off left to right, and the Ed. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, and I'm Italian. So anyway, are just wonderful, colorful examples. I'm proud to add them to my collection. I'm up to 56 T206 now in my collection. What I mentioned earlier is I tried to save some budget for things that, I could be serendipitous, where good luck just found me. And sure enough, and if Alex Bowman 53, if you're watching, I'd love to have a conversation with you offline if you're receptive to it. But I was able to find cigarette packages from which the T206 collection were they advertised. So, for example, we all know the Piedmont back. And here are the Piedmont cigarettes. Well, these cigarette packages, as you can tell, are very small. They're actually stuffed here with some tinfoil just to give it shape. And you can see how these cards would neatly fit in. You'd pull out the card, and then there would be probably, it looks like 4 or 5 cigarettes. I like the connection. Whether this particular box is from 1909 and 1912, I just don't know. My hope is, through education from Alex, that I can figure out a way to beautifully edit future videos with this, position just so in the background to provide some, some topical background. I've got a few more of these. Here's a sweet Caparel. Again, same size as the Piedmont. Again, just to give you a sense, there's the back of what a C. Caparel looks like. Got 2 more to share with you. Got an EPDG. And that's what the back looks like. I found a dealer from Michigan, had a bunch of these, and I just did a bulk deal, negotiated a good price. It was very expensive nonetheless. I had no reference point, but it was one of a kind, at least from my perspective. On the spot, I just dove in and did it. And here's American Beauty. Now this is in a tin. And perhaps that was a mega pack for more cigarettes. And that's the American Beauty background of the card. So I thought that was very interesting. Great show. Great to meet those of you I did meet. And stay tuned for other pickups as we move through the fall. And really would appreciate it if anyone has guidance on the VCP and also the 1959 Topps centering, circle image centering. Take care, everybody.